All right, guys, what I wanted to show you here real quickly is how you could create a Google form where people can schedule appointments with you. And once they schedule an appointment, then that appointment time is taken away. So that way, if you're having somebody that wants to schedule on Monday at 9 in the morning, no one else can then schedule for that time once someone has scheduled on the form before then. So this takes a little bit of front end work, but once you get this done, it actually works pretty cool and is kind of a neat little form. And again, you can duplicate it afterwards and everything. So I'm just going to call this, schedule appointment. And, let's say I want to do it with, students in my class. So I'm just going to put name here, and I'm, of course, going to go to short answer. I want them to put in their name, so that's required. I'm going to add another question here that's going to be, class period. And again, I'm going to go to short answer, and they're going to have to put in their answer there. So again, I'm going to make that one required as well. Now what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to put in a new section, and you'll see when we get into the form, it actually, once they answer a couple questions and they go to the next, get done with that question and submit that, it takes them to the next section. So the next section here is going to be, I'm just going to basically call this, what day, and I'm going to put in a question here. And I'm going to call this, or say, what day of the week works for you. All right, and very important here, I have to make sure it's a drop down. You'll see why later on. It has to be a drop down, so please make sure you do drop down. So I'll also go ahead and put in here, Monday, and you can see here, it's already got my next ones coming up here for Tuesday, Wednesday. And so I'm going to say those are the only three I want. I've only got times for Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for appointments. All right, and again, this is going to be a required question. They have to put, what day they're going to be coming in. All right, now I'm going to add a new section. So once they pick what day, I'm going to add a section now that'll take them to the next page of the form. That will be for Monday. All right, and I'm going to add a question here. And I'm going to say what day, or what, I'm sorry, what time works for you. And I'm going to put in parentheses here, Monday. And you'll see why later. I need to make sure I have Monday on here. So again, I'm going to do a drop down. So again, make sure you put the day on there on that question. And I'm going to put in my time. So I got 9 a.m., 9, 10, or 11 a.m. are the times that they can make appointments. Okay, so now I'm going to add another section, because I have to have a section now for Tuesday. So Tuesday, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to this question, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to move it down here into Tuesday. I'm just going to change it now to what time works for you on Tuesday. Drop down, same as always. So I'm going to do another section here. I'll put Wednesday, duplicate that question, bring it down into this section, and I need to make sure that I say this is Wednesday. Okay, now here's where we need to go back and start doing a little bit of work to make sure this form all works correctly. Okay, so they've got their name, they've got their class period, but now they pick a day. And what you can do here is I click on this question, and you see these three little dots down here. If I click on that, I'm going to say I want them to go to a certain section based on what their answer was. Okay, so if they picked Monday, I want them to go to Monday section. If they picked Tuesday, of course, I want them to go to the Tuesday section. If they pick Wednesday, I want them to go to the Wednesday section. Okay, so we got that part set up now. Now we need to go to the times themselves. All right, so what we're going to do here is, again, put go to section, and here we are on Monday. So as soon as they answer what time, what I want them to do is submit their form. They can't go to the next day and choose another time. I just want them to submit their form as soon as they pick a time on that certain day. So on Monday, if they pick 9 o'clock in the morning, as soon as they click that, it's going to take them to the end of the form to submit it. And we're going to do the same thing here on each one of these. So like I said, this takes a little bit of front-end work to get this set up correctly, but once you get it set up, it really works very smoothly to schedule appointments. Okay, so let me get this last one done here. So again, we're going to be doing submit form, whenever they answer that question. So submit form, submit form, submit form. All right, now this is where we have to go back and do just a little bit more, and this is where it gets a little bit more, I guess you could say, in depth. We need to have an add-on here. If you look up here, you got this puzzle piece that has add-ons, and you can see I've already got this one called Choice Eliminator 2. So if you don't have that, click on these three little dots, and you'll see down here it'll say add-ons. So if you click on that, it'll open up this Google Chrome store, and that's where you can search for Choice Eliminator, and hopefully your organization has that unlocked so that way you can get that. So hit Choice Eliminator 2, and that's the one that you need right there, Choice Eliminator 2. So again, I've already got that installed here. All right, now once you have that add-on put on, of course, you click on the add-ons button, hit Choice Eliminator 2, and now you'll see it'll say configure. So I need to configure this Choice Eliminator. So it's going to pop up and give me a message saying, please make sure you have drop-downs set on all your questions. So I do have drop-downs set on all my questions. So here's where we're going to be changing some things. So we click on this one that says, what time works for you Monday? I want to eliminate choices there. So right now it's working on it. It's going to give it just a second, and you'll see here in a moment this little gear will turn green. All right, that gear is now green. So now I go to Tuesday. I want to eliminate choices on Tuesday. So this is basically making it where when they do the form, if somebody picks 9 o'clock in the morning, then no one else can go back and click 9 o'clock in the morning. All right, so now that one's a green. I go to my last one here on Wednesday, and I'm going to eliminate choices for Wednesday. All right, now it's all green. So now my form should be ready to go. So now, of course, I can send it through an email or whatever, but actually I'm going to go ahead and get the link here to it. I'm going to copy the link here, and we're going to go to another tab, and I'm going to put in that link. Okay, so here's my form to schedule an appointment. All right, so I'm going to put in my name. All right, and then I'm going to go next. Okay, what day of the week works for you? Let's say Tuesday. Okay, so I hit next. And so what time for you on Tuesday? So I'm going to say 10 o'clock in the morning. And when I hit next, it's going to say submit your appointment. Okay, so I submit it. All right, so now let's go ahead and do another. I'm going to do another couple ones here just to show you that that is now gone. So let's just go ahead and put in another name here. And let's say, okay, I want to do Tuesday. So when I go to next and I go to Tuesday, look, now there's only 2 choices left. Okay, so I'm like, well, I guess I'll have to come in at 9 o'clock in the morning. All right, so I submit that appointment. So let's go ahead and do another one. All right, so let's say, okay, well, Tuesday works for me as well. I go back again. Oh, only 11 o'clock. Okay, well, that's not going to work, so I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to have to pick another day. Let's say Monday. And, okay, there's 9 o'clock on Monday. That'll work for me. So hit next, and I submit my form. Okay, and let's just do one more just so that you can see the sheet when it's all done. Okay, what day works for me? Let's say Wednesday is the day that works for me. Hit next. What time on Wednesday? At 10 o'clock. Okay, so now that I've got all those submitted, you can see now I've got 4 responses here on my form. Click on my responses. Of course, there you can see my responses here, kind of a graph of them. But what I want is to click on the create a sheet and create that sheet. And so now it'll go to this sheet, and now you can see here is, my schedule. I can see I've got John Doe on Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Okay, I got John Smith on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. There you can see, Jane Doe Monday at 9 o'clock. John Brown Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Okay, so again, it'll create this sheet for you that will show you all the times that people signed up, and at the same time, the form will also eliminate times that are already taken. Okay, so anyway, I think it's kind of a cool little tool there to use, and hopefully you find it helpful. All right, thanks.